Hello, welcome. My name is Sive. This is my channel, Stories in Sive. I talk about books, and I am doing a 48-hour readathon this weekend for realmathon. Realmathon is a points-based, teams-based readathon that I've been participating throughout the month of March that is hosted by Covers with Cassidy. And this is a 48-hour readathon within a month-long readathon. It is Friday, and this readathon starts at 7. I just got in the door from my workday. I'm going to be cooking up some food, prepping my little reading space. I might even wash my face and kind of just really get cozy. I just wanted to pop in really quickly and say hi and welcome everyone to the vlog. This is Binks, my reading companion. So I've got a few things to do. I have a mini TBR, which I will talk through with you shortly, but I'm gonna do a few mini chores before I get settled. It's a bit later. It's literally 7 o'clock right now, so the readathon has started. Sprints are about to start, and I'm gonna settle down. I'm gonna tell you about my TBR. I have 3 books that I would really love to read this weekend that consist of The Dubliners by James Joyce, The Lottery by Shirley Jackson, and Stalking Jack the Ripper by Carrie Maniscalco. I am really focusing on my physical TBR this weekend. I would love to get all 3 of these read. I put a poll pick up on the Discord, and right now it's looking like it's gonna be The Dubliners. Hello, it's a little later in the evening. It is around 10:30. I've already finished my first book for realmathon, which is pretty amazing. I've finished Dubliners by James Joyce. I was listening to the Hoopla audiobook while following along, and this is a collection of short stories, very slice of life vignettes of Irish people, Irish families. I didn't love the beginning few stories, but there was 1 or 2 romances, which surprisingly I think were my favorite from him, was when there was any romance present. And then there was also a beautiful story about this man who lives his life and has a very kind of quiet life, but he meets a friend of his for drinks, and this friend has traveled and isn't tied down, and he's very much like a starving artist, roaming, like wanderer type, and he just gets pulled in by his storytelling and then eventually starts to resent his own life. And I think that there is so much like accurate description of humanity's, I don't know, our symptom of just like always thinking the grass is greener somewhere else, even though knowing this character, he would not be happy in that type of lifestyle. And it was just really interesting. There was a call to the west of Ireland, Galway, even Uachtarard, which is near where my grandfather's house in the west of Ireland is, which is so cool. So now I'm gonna move on. I think I've got maybe another hour of reading left in me, and I'm gonna start a new book. They have just started a 50-minute sprint, so I'm going to be starting Stalking Jack the Ripper. We'll see if I can sprint for the whole 50 minutes. If I can, great. If not, no worries, but I'm gonna get into this. Basically, I am so proud of myself. I was really hoping I could finish a book tonight, but I was not expecting to finish one by 10:30, which is fantastic. I think that Stalking Jack the Ripper is a great readathon pick. It is a YA Victorian mystery following Jack the Ripper and some other like fake characters. I know I like Carrie Maniscalco's writing, so this is a great pick for me. Good morning, it's Saturday, it's around 9 a.m. I've been up for a little bit and I continue to read Stalking Jack the Ripper. I have now made it 50 pages in. I'm on chapter 5 and I wanted to tell you a little bit about the book. This is a historical fiction and it's like a crime novel. It's about this young woman who is in a Victorian society and she is an apprentice under her uncle, very secretively, because her uncle is a mortician and she is being trained as his assistant, which is very frowned upon and unacceptable in society. She attends his lectures dressed as a boy, and her uncle is just very like progressive and feels that her intellect would go to waste were he not to give her these opportunities. So that means that this killer's first victim ends up on her uncle's table, and she is helping conduct the, I don't know, examination of all of their organs. Actually kind of gross, which I'm pretty thrilled about. It's pretty good so far. It's fast paced. There's already been 2 murders and we're like really just getting into it. Sprints are about to start. I have my coffee. It's a gorgeous morning. I opened up my windows. It's around 60 degrees and yeah, the birds are chirping. There's flowers. It's a beautiful, beautiful spring morning. I have not logged the Dubliners yet, but I hope to do that today. Not to jinx it, but my goal kind of was to finish a book a day for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I have the most time, physically time to read today on Saturday, which is why I picked my biggest book. This is 318 pages. I do think it's doable. I'm going out tonight with a friend for some drinks. That's the only thing other than church tomorrow morning that I had scheduled for this weekend. And it's just to continue to get me out of the house. Even for being an introvert, I don't do well just like being inside all day. So like from morning on my couch to evening on my couch going to bed, I don't do well with that. It might not look like time has passed, but time has passed. I went to the grocery store and started a little crock pot lunch. So I feel like I've got some of the everyday chore things out of the way. I'm ready to sit back down and read. I'm gonna do an hour reading sprint. It's around 10:30 in the morning. Hello, I've got my All Good Books t-shirt on representing our independent bookstore. So it is later in the day, it's around 5 o'clock, and this is not gone the way that I wanted it to, but that's fine because some other great things happened. I was reading and was kind of struggling, I think, to like get immersed, and I also had a headache. So I was on my phone for a little bit and then I started to like not feel great. Jared and I went on a walk and then we went to Hobby Lobby to buy a wind chime, did a few things around the house, and now it's 5 o'clock. So I'm about to settle in to read again. I don't anticipate finishing this book in the next 2 hours, but would really love to get as far as I could before my friend comes over. The book is really like continuing. The plot is definitely like there. Kind of what I told you is probably all I will actually tell you about the book. I am enjoying it, but earlier today I had a headache and I had felt like I'd been reading for so long that I just was not in the mood to do that anymore and was in the mood to do something else. So getting out of the house was definitely the right choice. So I'm gonna settle back in to read and we'll see how far I can get. Hello, good morning. It's Sunday. I am ready for church. I'm wearing my floral heels, black dress, and my new jacket that I thrifted. Last night was so much fun. I had a blast. So like I said, I know myself and it was the right choice. Now I feel like ready to spend my afternoon today reading. To give you an update on pages, I read 178 in total yesterday of Stalking Jack the Ripper, and it was really good. I feel like I'll be able to get into it more today, as of course we're halfway through, so the plot and the murder mystery is like really coming together. I feel really settled with these characters now, and I feel like I'll be able to breeze through this today. Because I did not finish this book yesterday, or really honestly get close to finishing it at all, I do recognize that my goal now to finish 3 books this weekend is really, really a big stretch. but I am gonna do my best, and this readathon ends at 7 tonight, but I'm probably gonna keep reading, obviously not for peace talks, but I'll keep you posted that whole kind of rest of the evening. I'm about to head to church, and I will talk to you guys when I get some reading in. Hi, so it's a bit later. I've taken a shower earlier in the afternoon than I normally would. I hate washing my hair and just wanted to get it over with, so I did. I did also do a little reading sprint before I did that, and I am now less than 100 pages away from the end of Stalking Jack the Ripper. So I'm gonna set a reading sprint, maybe like an hour or something like that, and see how far I can get. I'd love to close out this book in the next little bit. Hello, I just finished Stalking Jack the Ripper, book number 2 of this readathon. I think I enjoyed the second half more than the first half, and the twist was great. Really got me. Like, the way the mystery wrapped up was just not what I expected in the best way possible. So I was pretty entertained. I'm debating a 3 or a 4 star for this one. I can see myself wanting to read the rest of the books in this series. She is now on her way to Romania, and the next book is called Hunting Prince Dracula, and I feel like that would be a great read. This book gets a few bonus points, being a black cover and having buildings on the cover. I'm gonna log everything at the end. I really wanted to read The Lottery by Shirley Jackson. It's a short book, and I don't think I can finish the whole thing though tonight. I think what I'm gonna do is actually pick up a graphic novel. This is The School for Extraterrestrial Girls, and I saw this at the library. Not one of the books that I've read this entire month for realmathon have been set in a school, and that is one of the bonus points. So I'm gonna read this really quickly and just get another book under my belt. Then I'm going to move into reading The Lottery. Hi, as you saw, I went on a walk around the neighborhood, and I've been listening to the audiobook of The Lottery by Shirley Jackson. I just wanted to start this, so I went ahead and did that. I'm maybe a third of the way in, page 75 or so. I am not finding this scary at all. There was a story about someone selling furniture. There was a story about a woman who worked at a department store. So I just don't know where these blurbs of the most eerie and haunting work of fiction of our time and original, terrifying, and convincing are coming from, unless she's holding all of the horror short stories for the second half of the book. It's possible that because it was written in the 40s, it's not as outlandish and wild and crazy scary. I refuse to believe that because I've read The Haunting of Hill House by Miss Shirley Jackson, and that was really scary, actually scary. So I'm holding out hope very randomly. I don't know the etiquette about drinking alcohol on YouTube, but I have been wanting to try Proper 12 whiskey for a little while, not forever, but I obviously know who Conor McGregor is. The fighter himself has made this, so I wanted to try it, but then I watched his documentary on Netflix, and I was like, okay, we definitely have to try it. So I've poured myself a little measure here, and I'm gonna give it a try. That's nice. Wow, interesting. Yeah, okay, like it. So Dublin 12 is one of the districts. My parents are from Dublin 4. My mom grew up in Dublin 4, actually. Anyways, it's March. I know St. Patrick's Day is over, but I saw this. I was like, I have to try it. So anyways, I like it. It's around 6 o'clock in the evening. I'm gonna keep reading Shirley Jackson and having my drink. So I don't think I'll be able to finish this, unfortunately, before 7 o'clock. I've done the math on the audiobook. It's just not gonna happen. But I would love to finish this tonight. Then I will have finished 3 books this weekend if I can. Alrighty, it is the end of the evening. I'm still currently listening to The Lottery. I have made it to page 172 out of like 220, so got 50 pages or so left. Like I said, I did not finish this before 7 tonight. It is now almost 10. I'm still reading this, but I am gonna wrap up this weekend of Peace Talks vlog for you guys right now. I also recognize I talked about this book and then like never told you anything else because I didn't finish it. Yeah, I read maybe a quarter of this and was like starting to get into it, but it wasn't gripping me, and I felt like because this is a library book and this is a physical TBR book, a little more context for those who don't know, I'm doing a physical TBR challenge. I'm trying to finish 0 TBR, finish every book I own in 3 months, and that date ends on April 18th, which is really soon. I decided I wanted to focus on this book more than this graphic novel. I finished 2 books this weekend for Peace Talks. I finished Stalking Jack the Ripper by Carrie Maniscalco, and I finished Dubliners by James Joyce. Got both of those off of my physical TBR, which I'm really proud of and happy about. And then of course I made it through most of The Lottery. Would love to be able to finish that tonight, but I'm wrapping up this vlog here. Okay, welcome to the end of the vlog. These are the 3 books. I just told you all about them. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this vlog and me trying to sprint read some books off of my physical TBR. I had an absolute blast with these 2. Really ended up enjoying them. This is exactly the type of like setting that I need in order to motivate me to stay on top of the pages for my physical TBR challenge, and then also read as much as possible for realmathon and Team Shadows. So really quickly to go over ratings, I am giving Dubliners by James Joyce 3 stars. This is pretty common for anthologies for me. To be able to give these like average ratings is a really great thing. I really enjoyed, like I said, the romance stories. I really enjoyed the Irish narrator and the Irishisms. There were a few things that were like people or settings that just felt like a very familiar hug. I'm really happy to have read this, and I am giving it 3 stars. And then of course I read Stalking Jack the Ripper, a really great first book to a new series, and I'm excited to read the next one. I said I was debating giving this a 3 or a 4 star. I'm going with a 3, and that's because I think that this series has a lot of potential, and I can really see myself giving some other installments in this series 4 and 5 stars. Ultimately, the beginning of it was just slow enough, and the pacing was off enough for me to want to give this 3 stars. But like I said, the ending absolutely got me. Really ended up enjoying this story, and our main character, Audrey Rose, was fantastic to read from. So these are the books I got to over Peace Talks for realmathon. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I have been vlogging for realmathon throughout the whole month, and if you would like to check out last week's vlog, it is in the description for you. And please subscribe if you want to see the last week. We are entering week 4 of realmathon, the last week in March. That's absolutely insane. Yeah, if you like bookish content like that, feel free to subscribe. I would love to have you. Other than that, have a great rest of your day. I will see you in the next video. Bye.